What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to be talking about the obliques and hamstrings and how they are major players in helping you stay out of back pain, okay? And so when you're out of pain, you're probably thinking like, I'm really scared about doing activities that I'm used to doing, such as golf, tennis. It could be running or just regular gym workouts. And so for us to ensure that we have this success over the long term, we must make sure that we change our structure. Let me tell you, the hamstrings and the obliques are major players in this issue, okay? And so most of the time you'll see there are a lot of deviations between the pelvis can actually create a rotation like this that is called a torsion. But for the scope of this video, I'm going to be talking about excessive anteversion, which means almost like the pelvis tilts too far this way versus that neutral position that we need so that the discs have enough spacing so they can do their thing when we do sport. So I'm going to show you a few different things today about how to reinforce and strengthen what we call the proximal hamstrings, which have a direct relationship to the sit bone over here, also known as the ischial tuberosity. There are 3 hamstrings. They go on the inside, 2 that go on the inside, that 1 that goes on the outside. And it's imperative that we strengthen the fibers that are a little bit closer to the pelvis so we're not so Donald Duck and a little bit more Pink Panther there, okay? And so here's how you do it. And I have a great machinery in this gym. You can modify with the gym that you have. You can go to Amazon.com and get a Nordic cam curl attachment, or you can go do the laying leg curl at your regular gym period. Okay, so I got my Nordic cam curl bands. These details are really important, so make sure that you pay attention, okay? So you must have enough awareness. Make sure you point the toes in. My toes are pointing in, and then you're just tucking your tail underneath so you can get almost these pelvic tilts right here so we can get in the right position for this movement. And so I'm going to go ahead and dig my toes in the platform right here. I'm going to be tucking my tail. I'm going to move forward until I feel tension in my hamstrings. Now from here, you could have your hands right here or across the chest. You're going to lean forward. Doesn't have to be much, and then you're going to make a scooping motion with the pelvis at the top, and you're going to be feeling a lot of activation that are closer to the pelvis versus the knees right here, and a big scoop. Make sure you keep far enough forward where you can feel constant tension the whole time. The scooping part is very, very important. There's not a lot of range of motion. This is way harder than it looks. And the more you practice, you're going to be building up a lot of strength so we can get that pelvis to where we need to. Here's another variation from my other machine. Okay, so I'm here on my standing ham curl machine. You don't really see these in gyms very often. The ones that you could use are just basically laying down where you're just, right here, and then you're just doing some of the internal range right here, okay? So internal range basically means that, say if I'm doing a bicep curl, this range here is called the internal range. This is mid-range, and that's called external range, okay? We're gonna be working the internal range for the hamstrings. So number 1, we have to make sure that we start very high and then high to higher. And we're just doing reps like this, high to higher, high to higher. You need to use a lot less weight than you normally do because this range is very, very challenging, okay? So I'm leaning forward, I'm starting high, and I'm just doing these short pumps towards my pelvis. And that's getting a lot of activation for what we call the proximal hamstrings, okay? And so next is going to be the obliques. The obliques, they fan down into the pelvic bone, and this helps us basically restructure our pelvis over time to become more neutral. And here's how you do it. Okay, so this is the strength exercise for the external obliques. And so remember, they fan out wide and terminate deep into the pelvic bone. And the fascial chains, they actually cross almost into a figure 8, okay? And so we must make sure that we reinforce and strengthen our abs according to what fiber direction we have, so we limit the risk of hernias or anything like that. And so breathing is important. Make sure you let a little bit of air out before you come up. And so it's going to be right here to right here. Notice the positioning of my palm, and I'm almost making a corkscrew motion going up to the opposite side. And I'm just exhaling. And most of you may only get up. This is what it looks like from the side. When you get stronger, you can get up all the way and twist. And so it's not enough to just get out of pain, guys. Most people get out of back pain but continue to have issues over long periods of time because we're not looking at structure. So you must make sure that you change the structure of your body if you want to stay out of pain in the long term. And so if you found any value from this video, please subscribe to my channel. It helps a lot. And thanks for tuning in. That's a wrap.